Have you ever wondered why white women seem to see the potential in black men that black women sometimes overlook? Is it just preference or is there something deeper at play? This is the Raising Carter podcast. I am your host, Ramon Weatherall. I got my brother Speak Rock, the special guest again on the podcast because, hey, we just love what he does and we appreciate him. But the question is, are white women seeing black men's true potential while black women miss it? And the reason why I'm talking about this is because on the Raising Carter podcast, we like to talk about money, relationships, and manhood. And I mean, we have to be honest. Less than 100 years ago, it was illegal to marry a white woman. But now it seems like it's in style, and to some people, it's the thing to do. And that's we're gonna talk about that today because I saw this video on TikTok, and I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm going to bring that video to the stage.
Women have too much power over every last black man. And that's why they try to keep them away from us. I don't know who us is, but I'm assuming that you're a black woman and the white women are trying to keep black men from you. That's not the case. I will tell you from my experience, my black man was practically homeless when we started dating. He had just literally just got on his feet within like 2 weeks of us meeting, and got a place to live. He was living out of a van. Okay. I am his first white woman. He told me, and this is his words, not mine, that black women would not give him the time of day given his circumstance. A black woman wants somebody already done, already put together, the business is booming, and they got money coming in, money flow, big money flow, because they want to be taken care of. I saw the potential in my man, saw how great of a man he was. He's a God-fearing man, and saw how pure his heart is, and saw all of what he was trying to accomplish. And I literally just backed him up on everything. Now we run a successful business together that I helped him build from ground zero. Not from ground zero. He had a little bit going on before me. He's starting to pick up the pieces, but I tremendously helped. And he said the biggest difference between me and the black women that he has been with is they want a put together man, and he wasn't quite put together yet, and that was okay with me. I didn't need his money. I got my own money. I got me financially. I'm good. He was just a bonus, and that, he said, was the biggest difference. And again, I'm the first white woman that this man has ever dated, so his experience was completely different prior to me. I think it is what it is, sweetheart.
Okay. But I think one of Speak Rock's favorite people said the exact same thing. And if he doesn't remember, I have the video right here so he can remember what one of his favorite people said.
One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a dusty brother and see his skill, his talent, you feel me?
Yeah.
Invest in him in college. And by the time he become a multimillionaire at 35, she been with him the whole walk. You see that? A lot of sisters are not going to do that. They're not going to find a dusty brother in his senior year or dusty brother in the community. But you see, he got this business idea. She like, nah, come back and see me when it's up and running. I don't think this ever going to happen. Soon when you waved him off, the snow bunny got him. The snow bunny invested in him. You feel me?
I got
10
it.
years later, the same brother see you trying to holler. He got the white girl. Now you dissing him. You saying they all want white girls. Nah, he came to you. You said you want a ready-made black man. You don't want a work in progress. And I'm telling black women, y'all better start going for some of these works in progress instead of waiting for us to finish the job, because you losing to the snow bunny when you tell us to wait until we got the.
Okay. Now you might not agree with Umar Johnson. You might not think. Let's just keep it real. He don't do nothing he say, but every now and then he might just say something that makes sense. I mean, he's a great speaker. He don't do anything he say he gonna do, but he can speak. But I just wanted to show that there are different viewpoints to this. So you were the guest on the Raising Carter podcast, Speak Rock. I'm going to give you the first swing at this. When I sent that video to you, after you watching it and analyzing it, what do you think? What do you think about what she said and what one of your favorite speakers, Umar Johnson, what he said about it also? What do you what do you think about it?
Oh man. Well, hey, first of all, I ain't gonna lie, man. It just you know me well enough to know that you're absolutely right. I'm gonna analyze, because you and I both understand. We talked about this the last pod we did. We understand content creation. We understand people gonna say anything just to get views and likes.
Right.
We understand people are going to be bombastic, braggadocious. People are going to expound upon the story. The fish started out one size and it was a whale by the time they brought it to shore.
Right.
We understand this. We understand people are going to say things. I mean, come on, man. We can go on and on. Fake tears. People are scamming, doing all sorts of stuff. So I'm very critical. I have to look at the video with a critical lens.
Right.
Now, here's the first thing I got to say about that video. First of all, I'm trying to figure out why she made the video. Again, I don't know this lady. I don't know what you feeling. What you feel away? Somebody said something to you?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was one of those reply videos, because it had the little comment up there, and I guess she was just doing a reply to the people's comment. So
I understand, but it's comical to me that people feel like they need to reply to somebody's reply. Right. Like it sounds to me already she's not fully confident in what she got going on. As she says, her first black man, her black man. That was cringe to me already. I'm like, how like, is this 1862? Like, how's this lady talking?
I just said this is a new thing. It's been less than 100 years. I mean, so
brother. So then I hear all these. It sounds like dogs in the back.
Right.
So either she got two dogs that's goofing around in the back, or somebody is there playing with the dog. I've had dogs. I understand how it go. You playing tug of war with the dog or whatever. So I'm curious, like, is this dude in the back playing Probably. With a dog? I'm serious. I'm being critical because I'm like, what's all that noise? Hey, look, that's her house. But where is this guy, her black man, while she up here speaking like this? Now, hey, this America, do what you want, say what you want. That's not what I take issue with. hey, be free. But first thing I thought about, there's a lot of variables that's missing out of the conversation that she's having. Meaning that there's a lot of reasons why people hook up with other people. There's a lot of reasons.
Right.
And, she's not being clear with all of them. And I understand it's a short video, but I'm the kind of person, if you're going to get out there and you're going to put something out there and you're going to start talking, you cover it from beginning to end. Just don't, some people aren't great communicators where they can express that much. They got to just express how they feel. Okay, all right, fine. You could do that. But the problem with that is you're giving off an energy as if Black women are having a problem with appreciating and valuing Black men.
Right.
That is a problem. I don't like blanket statements. We don't know who dude is who got with you. So let me just go ahead and jump at the bit of what my feeling is. Or not so much my feeling, my thought pattern, my thought process. I mean, I'm married to a Black woman. I got mine. I mean, hey, I'm not missing out on nothing. And prior to me being married, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not bragging. I had no problems, none whatsoever, of attracting the attention of Black women. So just so I can kind of state my case and say who I am and what I'm about. The problem I have with where the direction in which she was going is to not understand whoever this Black man is, what he's about. Black women shouldn't just be subjugated, and Black women shouldn't just be subjugated to just, oh, this brother got potential, so let me choose him. And now to come back to what Dr. Umar had to say, I hear what he's saying. However, that should not be a standard for Black women to see and even he called this Black man dusty.
Yeah.
So Black women have to be skilled in just accepting the fact that a man is dusty, look for his potential, stay with him. And here's the problem. We're glossing over what stay with somebody really means. What does stay with somebody really involves? We really need to unpack that, because that is not a great place to be sometimes for some people, for some Black women especially. We have to unpack that. Staying with somebody, you could be in danger. Staying with somebody, you can be getting drained of all your money, time, and resources. Staying with somebody, you can be getting manipulated, and that's the Black woman. So we tend to forget about all of that while we're trying to see the potential in a dusty dude. See, so I think that's totally unfair for Black women just to say, well, they said it without saying it. Black women have to endure all of that just because you got some potential. And I'm going to make it abundantly clear. I do not agree with that type of logic whatsoever. God forbid that a Black woman has a standard that she wants to be provided for, that she wants to actually meet a real man that takes very serious his responsibilities of what he's supposed to be doing. And I'll end it with this, and I'll turn it back over to you, because I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Prior to me getting married, it took me a couple of years to understand this about myself, but I say this about myself and I stand on what I said about myself. When I got married, I wish I could do it all over again. I don't believe I was the man I should have been in reference to the resources and the finances that I should have had. I should have been better. Did I have some money? Yes. Did I have my own place? Yes. Did I have a car? Yes. But you know what? I should have had more. It should have been better. And that's what I put on myself, because I realized I was doing the best I could with the limited knowledge that I had. But I wish I had somebody that was in my ear that would have said, Rock, I get it, young man. Far as yourself, you killing the game. You got what you need. You're independent. You're taking care of yourself. You provide. Hey, look, we get it. But you talking about bringing a woman into your life. Bruh, I will advise you to stack up a little bit more what you already have to ensure that you're in that place. I wish I had that advice. And that's me speaking on myself. What say you, bro?
That's some excellent advice. That's, man, that I feel the same way. And I think if you've watched this video this far, and if you just stop watching right now, take that with you. When you are getting with a woman and you want to be with her, here you here's what I got to say about her video. First, one of the things when I was just watching this video, she was like, he had the business and I helped him start the business, and I helped him start it from ground up, and well, maybe not from ground up, but I did a lot. Okay, now your 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 ears better start perking up when she said that, because if y'all ever divorce, you know what she gonna say. Oh, this little business we got, he didn't start it by himself. I helped him start this business. It's half of it's mine. Okay. Okay. So you better be on your tippy toes right there, buddy. Rewind that video back, sir, and watch that, because that's what she owned. But the whole as a whole, just breaking down the video as a whole, she said when she met him, he didn't have much. He was just barely got a place, was living out of his van or truck or whatever. I want to say this to all the men out there, all the young men, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Well, I don't care how old you are. You do not need to be trying to talk to no woman if you don't have anything. You don't need, that should not be your focus, sir. That should not be your focus. You just heard a very wise man say he wished he would have had more when it came to marrying, getting with his, speak rock. He said, well, getting with his wife. And I say the same thing. I believe the same thing. I wish somebody would have told me, hey, I wish my father would have told me, okay, look, man, it's cool. You know, you doing all right. You taking care of your son. You do. Okay. But say you meet somebody nice. There's things you're going to have in order to do this thing the right way. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that. When I went to go buy, I didn't even know where to go buy a ring, speak rock. I didn't know I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how much to spend. I didn't know nothing. I ain't know nothing. You so these are things. I don't care how old you could be, late 30s, 40s. If you've never had these conversations, you a rookie to all this. And like Speak Rock said, yeah, you killing the game. You could take care of yourself. If you got a son or you got a couple kids, you could take care of them. But now you talking about having a woman, whether you just dating her or y'all serious, or like the old folks say, shacking up, or if you really talking about stepping up, getting married, you should have so much money saved up in the bank. You know, what they call an emergency fund. You should have that. You should have certain things. So my problem, I, my problem with men saying, "Oh, black women don't do this," or "Black women don't want a man who uh just has potential." Why should she have to settle for somebody who just has potential? I have daughters. Speak Rock has daughters. I don't want them with somebody who just has potential.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Come back when your potential has grown into something, sir. You're not finna take my daughter out here and y'all be living off rice and beans because of your potential. No. And
Let's do this for a minute though. But what is potential? What are we talking about?
I don't know what potential is either. I don't know what that means.
Exactly. What
But
what
this
is potential?
but let me just say this and then I'll let you have it.
Yes, sir.
Would you, all the men out there, Speak Rock, me included, both of us included, when we were single, I didn't want no woman with just potential. I didn't want no woman sleeping on the futon in her mama's room, in her mama's living room. I didn't want no woman with a part-time job, and that's it. So why do you want some woman to accept you when you wouldn't accept some woman like that? You know why? It's some dusty brothers would say, they'll or dudes would say, I'll accept because she look good. We'll accept a woman if she ain't got nothing and she look good. But how long you gonna accept that? You gonna get tired of that. So we can't expect women to want us when we don't have much going on. If we wouldn't accept a woman if she don't got much going on, or you don't like what she got going on. She got 5 or 6 kids and all that. You gonna be like, no. So that's what I want men to you know to realize. Yeah. Number one, why are you trying to get? You shouldn't even be thinking about a relationship if you just getting out of being homeless. Do that? That don't even sound right. But what do you think? What do you think, Speak Rock?
No, man, you make some excellent points. You highlighted uh some important things, and one talking about the potential. Again, this just buzzword of saying potential, but not describing what potential is, because I believe once they give definition to potential, now that's going to hold men accountable. That's going to hold black men accountable of what black men need to bring to the table,
Right.
because there's a definition that goes with potential. Like, I don't need the fact that you wake up early in the morning. What? Okay, what does that prove? All right, that's nice. Okay, add some more to it. Not only do you wake up in the morning, you exercise. Okay, that's nice. Add some more to it. Like, potential to me is that you seek out all the attributes that it takes to be a man that can provide and sustain, protect. That is what potential is to me. Potential is that you have the ambition to indulge in life-giving task, meaning working a job, educating yourself, having goals, having desires, being a protector, being a provider. That is what like you are literally active in those things. Like, you take firearms training. You if you don't know how to hunt or fish, you're actually exploring the task of learning how to hunt and fish. Why? Maybe one day you might want to do this. And let's be clear. And I got to go back to a video, and if anybody want to feel a way about me about this, I actually do. I don't believe everything she say, but I listen to what she say out of her mouth. Some of it's goofy, some of it's legit. Candace Owens. I heard Candace Owens said the reason why she married her white husband, and again, Candace could just be, selling wolf titties or waxing poetic. Either way. But she had a white man back. She was like, yeah, bro can hunt, bro can fish, bro can shoot firearms, bro make money. Like, this is what she's saying about her man. I was like, okay, all right, black men.
Right.
All right. It got to be more than just country boys who out here being braggadocious on the internet talking about so they can hunt and fish. What Candace as a black woman just lets you know, I got a man. He don't just have potential. He's active. You know how we like to use certain vernacular and certain slang words. Tells them, yo, I'm about to go out here and get active. Okay. Show me what active look like. Active look like this man, if he lost his job today, he can go out into the woods and he can go shoot some possum, some squirrels, and some rabbits. Maybe even cook it up, or he gonna get Candace to do it, and he can provide. So we have to stop with this. So say, for instance, one of the interesting things that this young lady in this video, this young white lady in the video that you showed earlier, she said she didn't need the man. She didn't need her black man. He was just icing on it. Like, she got her own money.
Right.
She got her own everything.
Right.
So she's speaking from a different position. Whereas it's like, seems like she tried to qualify herself different from where black women are. And I saw that to be very problematic, because I'm like, so in other words, you just out here trying some stuff with a black man. Sounds very familiar to me. Sounds like history repeating itself all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, the white woman married to the slave master, she didn't need a black man either. But she wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wanted to see what it was like going down to the slave quarters and tell Buck to come on. Lift his dress up, Buck.
Yeah.
You see, so it was no skin off her back messing around with a black man. That's exactly what she sound like in 2025. I'm like, where what she's missing is black men getting with black women just isn't a novelty. It just isn't a thing to do. It just isn't a luxury tax. It just isn't the cherry on top. Black men getting with black women is about survival. Survival of the race. Survival of the culture. Bringing in black children into this world who can be proud of who they are and build upon a black legacy. See, I didn't hear those words come out of her mouth, because you know why? She can't speak on that.
Right.
She can't bring nothing to the culture. So her only retort was to try to clap back at some black woman who she think was clapping at her. So I just find her whole position to be weird and reminiscent of slave owners. I said it. Sue me.
I was thinking around along the same lines, because you talked about her. Now I want to talk about him.
Oh, please do.
I want to talk about him. A lot of us think getting with a white woman is like winning a lottery or something. Like, you've made it now. You've made it now. I got no, and it don't matter. It don't matter, because she don't look like she came from money or something. You know what I mean? It don't matter. She could have came from middle class or lower middle class. It don't matter. We think getting with a white woman is some type of status symbol. And it's not. It's not. It's not some status symbol. It don't make you no better than any other man. You just got a white woman. That's it. And I want men out there to understand that, especially a lot of men who come. I'm just gonna say it, that come from the South. They think being with a white woman is something special. You know, I seen a video, a young brother. This I wish I don't. This was a while ago. He was like, "Yeah, um, I never thought it could happen. I never thought I could get a white girl, but I finally got one." He was just as happy as all get out. Speak Rock, like he graduated from college. He was just as happy. He was just as happy. He was just as Negro happy as it could be because he had him a little white girl. Nigga, please. If you don't, boy, now there is another side to that. There's another small, side to that that black women have to take accountability for. There's some good black men out there that you are just not attracted to, that you don't like because he is not gangster enough. He don't have enough swag. He don't have enough game. He don't drive the right car. He don't dress the right way. Whatever the case may be. And white women are attracted to them. You know, I know for a fact I've known brothers like that, and I'm sure you know brothers like they'll tell you I've tried to talk to black women, they're not interested in me. So what you gonna do? If that's the case, what are you gonna do? Because it's not who you like, it's who likes you, who's attracted to you. You know, it's not. That's straight. That's man. That's game I got from a real player. That it don't matter who you like. It's the women that like you. You know, all of us got a friend who can get any woman. When we was coming, he could get any woman. They could know he had other women and they'll still go with him. Now you or me, I gotta be their boyfriend. Cause I see you as you boyfriend material. Your homeboy, your player partner, he just, you know what I'm saying? He just that dude. So we all have to accept like where we are when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the opposite sex. So if you don't, if black women aren't attracted to you, you're gonna go where you, what did it say? Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. So I'm not mad at guys for that, but you're not special just because you got a white woman. Because and I just want to say this: the thing is this, that the whole thing that black women don't see the potential in black men. That's a lie. My mother saw potential in my father. He didn't have much when they got together, and he became a successful businessman. My wife is black. She supports me while I'm trying to do all this stuff and working 6 and 7 days a week, and her, she's doing sometimes more than me. So that's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. I can tell you that to myself. That's a lie. You just have to find the right woman. Don't blame it on sir. Don't, because he said all the women in his past. So you know all the black women, huh? This is one man. You know all the. No, you don't. No, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that.
I'm so with you on that point, because that's the part that irritates my spirit. I'm like, look here. I can only speak from my perspective. Look, I'm every bit of 5'6". As I've gotten into my latter years, I'm at 190 pounds. 5'6", 190. I've grown into my man body.
Right.
So when I was younger, I was much smaller than that. I'm 5'6", 130, 140. So in other words, what am I saying? I'm a little guy. By all standard, by all metrics, I'm a little guy. I am not Idris Elba. I am not Michael B. Jordan. I am not none of these heartthrob dudes.
Right.
I'm just who I am. So if I didn't have any issues, look, well, okay, let me say it like this. I had my ups and downs when it came to, as we said back in the day, or our parents or our grandparents said back in the day, trying to court young women's attention. I had my ups and downs. I went through rejection and I had some wins. I had some wins and losses.
Yes, sir.
That's just what it is. So if somebody of my stature, of my looks, my complexion, if I went through all of that and I still turned out to be all right, staying on the black side of the house, right? I refuse to believe. I'm sorry. I just refuse. And I know some people might be like, Rock, it's some funny looking brothers out here. Like, you know, they ain't the most attractive or whatever. Okay, whatever. I'm not here to judge all of that. But I refuse to believe, like you just said, you ain't met every black woman.
No.
In your age demographic. You haven't met every. So to try to put a blanket statement like black women just ain't checking for you, I find that's preposterous. It's wrong. I've seen couples together. Have you ever seen a couple? And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just trying to be real. You ever seen two people together, a man and a woman, and you look at them and you be like, I see why y'all together. Like only you two can love each other.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like, y'all the only two who probably like how y'all look. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. And I'm not trying to be insulting, because what is the point that I'm making? I may not have been checking for her. Right? But the guy that she with, he checking for her.
Yeah.
So guess what? They became a couple. And here's something else that you said that was great that you highlighted. The fact of the matter is, it isn't just women who live in a land of delusion. Because you had said something earlier, and I know you didn't mean it in a bad way, because you spoke about accountability. Because you can have a woman, and this is what Kevin Samuels, this is what he was great at, even in the midst of being slightly disrespectful. He was great at highlighting the reality of a situation. Ma'am, you're 5'4", you're 260, and you're on a scale of, what is it? A scale of 1 to 10. I think he said you can't call yourself a 7. You called yourself an 8. And by all account, you're a 4 at best. That woman is still of the mindset, I can have whoever I want to have.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa. Okay, it's nice to believe that. What's the reality? So take myself, for instance. I'm 5'6". Before I got married, I was probably 150, 155, right? 27 years old, 5'6", 155. I was just coming out of the military. I can believe I can be with any woman I want to. I could believe that. What's the reality? What was the reality? I was going to be with a woman that was 5'10", drop dead gorgeous, some model chick. What was the reality that was really going to happen? Possibly. But the reality is, the consistency through my life, everybody that I really engaged with, they was within the height of 5'4" to 5'7". Generally in that ballpark. Why? Because most women, if they're judging you, they're looking at you and saying, I can take somebody either in my range, maybe taller, right? I had to live with that. So you got to adjust yourself and live in reality.
Yes.
That's the kind of accountability I believe that you were speaking about.
Right.
But what I won't do, just because I never ran around and blamed women, black women that is, for my relationships. I just think that's a low grade thing to do. Like, black women are not the reason why you can't hook up with a black woman. 9 times out of 10, it's probably you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree. If you want something, whatever it is, you have to be what it takes to get it. That's it, man. That's the end of the day. That's it. You know?
Now let's keep it a buck. Now if I'm 5'6", say I at the time before I got married, 27 years old, and I was clocking 6 figures, I probably could have a 5'10", 5'11" swimsuit model.
Yeah.
Because she probably gonna be looking like, okay.
Right. Yeah.
The height that I want him to be, but my God, does he make up in everything else?
Right. And to the point you just made about the whole Kevin Samuels thing, how women will say, they'll think that they're an 8, 5'4", 200 some pounds. They'll think they're 8. And I heard somebody say this, and this is a good point. The reason why they think that is because some dude who might be good looking, really good looking, he might be really good looking. Men will come down just to have some fun. We'll come down just to have, for you to come over at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't nobody know about it. We'll come down for that. So, but that woman will think he really likes me. No, he don't. No, he don't. Tell your daughters, tell your nieces, tell your granddaughters, your sisters this, men. No, he don't. But women not gonna do that. They'll come down off of some of their things that he got to be 6. He got to be 6'6". If speak right, like you just said, if he got 6 or 7 figures, I come off that. He ain't got to be that tall. He can be 5'10". That's cool. He make 6 figures now. That's cool. But see, we'll come down just for some fun, just for sex.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference. So that's why that woman thinks, oh, this dude. I'm gonna tell this man. This is real talk. When I was in high school, I liked this girl, and she liked me. You know what I'm saying? But I was just a freshman. You know what I'm saying? I was just a freshman. She was a freshman too, but she liked this other dude. He was an upperclassman. He was a player. And he was getting money in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You could tell. I could tell he was getting money. You know what I'm saying? So she was always, every time he come around, she just be blushing, and she really liked dude. But I was always a player though. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't hating on dude. I knew he had more going on than me. You know what I'm saying? He driving to school. I'm catching the cheese. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on bro. But one day, we both in the hallway and she in the hallway. You know how girls do this. They try to, they kind of try to play the man against each other, try to make you jealous or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't jealous of dude. You know what I'm saying? So she talking to dude and then she walk away, she switching, and he walk away. But after she walked away, he just gave me that player look. He gave me that look, speak rock like, I ain't thinking about her. He gave me that look like, bro, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I am not thinking about her. And that's, you know what I mean? He could have been a dog and he could have ran through her. if he wanted to. He could have done whatever he wanted to. But he just gave me that look like, look, player, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't know why this little girl keep coming over. I'm just being nice. And that's what, if you watch this video, if you got a daughter, if you got whatever, teach them about men.
Great point.
Teach them about. So many women overlook this. They grown women. They don't know nothing about men. They'll say stuff and be like, "What are you talking about?" Like that don't even make like you don't really want me to tell you what's real, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I'm not gonna tell you what's what. But so it's not just about your sons, it's also about your daughters, letting them know how men operate. That's why it's important to be around your daughters. It's important to tell them the truth. You know, to tell them the truth. You know what I mean? Before, you know what I'm saying, before we end this in this video, I just wanted to say that I was listening to this audiobook, and this audiobook right here. This audiobook right here. It's by Dr. Miles Monroe, Understanding the Purpose and the Power of a Man. It's a good book. It's a good book. And he said in this book that no man, no woman is going to follow a man if he doesn't have a vision. He didn't say potential. He said a vision. And no father should let his daughter be with a man who doesn't have his stuff together already. Just like Speak Rock was saying back in the back. What is potential? You should be talking about this to, once I want to date, and okay, fine. But the kind of caliber of man needs to be a certain way. But if you're not around, she those things that you can see, she not gonna be able to see. She not thinking about those things that you see. She might be running around with a dude who's cute and he sell drugs. He in the street. Bullets ain't got no name on it. If she out there running around with him and some Negroes is some other people is after them, how many times have you heard about, somebody getting caught in crossfire? But she don't know no better. So it's our job as fathers to do away with this potential crap. Potential has an expiration date on it. It has an expiration age on it. That potential crap goes out the window once you start talking about you a man, 18, 19 years old. You need to be doing something. You need to be doing something. You need to be showing me something. And it's not black women's fault that they want a man with more than just potential. I can't ride with you on that one, bro. I can't ride, sir, in this video. I can't ride with you on that one. I don't want my daughter with somebody who just got potential. Now they might go and be with somebody and tell me, "Oh, daddy, he got potential." And I'm gonna look at him like, okay. So,
but here's what's also funny about that video. I mean, it sounds like she beating her chest. She bigging up. She trying to big up, dude. But it sounds like she's big up in herself even more. But
right.
Here's the other damaging part about that video. Again, where is dude at? What kind of man you supposed to be, and you letting this white woman get up here and talk greasy to black women?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
truth be told, any black man that's gonna allow some white woman or any other race of woman to do that, sisters, I'm here to tell you, y'all dodged the bullet. Y'all
Man,
dodged the bullet on this cat.
hey,
Cause if he gonna let her talk like that, come on, bro.
I bet
Come
you, and
on, man.
I guarantee you, and we gonna end it like this, Speak Rock. I guarantee you, if he was Asian, if he was Mexican, Puerto Rican, she wouldn't dare do that. She wouldn't dare. If she was married to an Asian man, she wouldn't dare get
Come
on
on,
no
man.
and talk about Asian women like that. She would accept. You're not going. You they will marry outside their race, but you are not going to disrespect their culture. You not gonna do it, and they not gonna do it.
Nope.
That's our problem. That's our
I don't even
problem.
think she said she was married, did she?
No, I don't even think that.
I
I
don't
don't
think
even.
so.
Yeah. That
So,
makes it even
so in
worse.
other words,
Yeah, that makes it
you
even
letting
worse.
some side piece,
Yeah, that
so
makes
you
it even
letting
worse.
some side chick, your girl up here talk greasy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, if
Come
she
on,
was
bro.
with any other, if she was with a Mexican man, an Asian man, or some other race, she would, a Russian guy, she would not. He would, like you said, turn that phone off. You're not gonna make
Ain't it?
that. That's gonna be the last video you do about like that.
Bro,
So
I'm willing to put something that dude was in the back
yeah,
messing around playing with that dog, watching her make that video. I'm willing to put something on that.
because
Because that just seems like some trifling a
right,
black dude would do to
right,
try to act like he gonna clap back
right.
at black women who didn't want him.
But
Come on, man. That's goofy.
just like I said before, it's too many of us thinking that we have accomplished something just because you with a woman from a different race. You ain't accomplished nothing, bro. If you got a good woman and she white, fine. If you got a good woman, it's the character of the woman. Does the woman respect you? And like Speak Rock is really saying, how do she really respect you by doing this back and forth with black women and do all this? If y'all got a business, run the business. Run the business. Is y'all business content creating? Whatever. Because y'all business can't be her having TikTok wars with black women. You ain't making no money doing that. So no, I can't get with that. So I'm gonna say it again. And if you got this is a grown man, he's made his decision. He's doing things the way he wants to. But if you have sons, if you have daughters, I have a 9-year-old son. He said he liked girls. I asked him, okay. He was like, well, I said, well, he goes to a predominantly white school. So I asked him, is she white? He was like, yeah, she's the girl that I like is white. I said, he's like, but I'm not, Dad, I'm not, I'm not, I don't see people differently. And I'm like, okay. I said, okay. I said, Carter, that don't matter to me. Because by the time you're a grown man, things are gonna be a whole lot different. It's just the way it is. But I said, you don't let anybody change who you are. You are a black man. I can't tell you who to date or who to like, but I'm telling you, don't you bring your you know what up in here. Don't you bring your don't because your our mamas used to tell don't bring no white girl up in here. I'm gonna tell you, don't you bring your butt up in here acting like you some white boy and not representing your people in what you need to, because no other race is going to do that. You can get mad, you can unsubscribe, you can do all that. It don't make no difference to me. Because if you keeping it real, if we keeping it real and we gonna be men, that's the truth. Yeah. If you're a white man and you date and your daughter is dating a black guy, okay. Samantha, that's fine. You're not black, Samantha. Don't you know what I mean? You're dating a black guy, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Be who you are. And it's more important for a young black man to know that than any other race. Is, you know, it's more important for us to know that than any other race, knowing all we've been through. So that's all I'm saying to my son. And you know, anybody who don't agree with that, you just don't agree with that. But this probably not the place for you anyway. So, but I'm not telling, you know, like I told, I'm not telling you who you can like, but I'm telling you, you know who your daddy is, you know who his daddy is, you know who the men around you, who they are. And that's what you need to continue to represent. And that is this episode of the Raising Carter podcast, saying, are white women seeing black men's true potential while black women are missing it? That's cap. It's cap. That's not. It's cap. Me and my brothers, we don't believe that. There are great black women who you hear it all the time, helping brothers out and doing all the time. They you know, black women are some of the most loving women ever. Who was taking care of the little white kids back in huh in slavery? Who was taking care of them? The black women. You know, so
Hey, I'm
don't
with you, man. Black women are not the punching bag
right.
for black men's shortcomings. We
Yeah,
got to call it up and down the middle. We call them balls and strikes here.
yeah, no,
I'm on black women's side for this.
right, yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Black
Yeah,
women should not have to suffer the lack of productivity from some black men and black women being called out just because black men feel like they not getting their just desserts. That is not fair to black women. So the same way I would call things out for black men when we're being, you know, spoke ill against, the same thing I'm gonna call things out for black women when they're being spoke ill against. So no, we gotta be fair about our our judgment on things, and black women don't deserve this.
and the last thing I want to say is that I don't know who this lady was, but she got all this flack. If you remember her, because she was like some lawyer on some talk show or something. She was like, and Iana Van Zant was like, "You wouldn't date a bus driver?" She was like, "No. If he owned a bus, I'd date him. But if he was a bus, I wouldn't date him." That kind of stuff, that's not cool either. Because it's one thing, to not date a man because he just doesn't have enough. He just, you know what I mean? He and as a man, you should try to get as much as you can get, you know, because if you're trying to have a woman and marry her and that's your woman, then it's you got a big weight to carry. But when you start dissing men just because of what you think they do, you tripping, you know, because that bus driver, he got a pension, he got a 401k, he got health insurance. Ain't no telling how much money he made. You know, you don't know how much money he made. So for you to say, "Oh, I'm not dating him just because he a bus driver," you tripping. You know, you know, he could be upper middle level, or he could be making $150,000 a year. So that that lady, who the women who think like that, please help your daughters. Don't be silly like that. Don't be silly like that. Don't diss no man just because he a mechanic. I don't want him. My father was a mechanic. I bet you none of my sisters will say that. You know, one of my sisters is a college graduate, got a master's degree. I bet you she wouldn't talk down on no mechanic because her daddy was one, and she know what he did for her. So you better get your mind right. You better get your mind right. Get your mind right. Or you're gonna be alone with some cats in a parakeet. Man.
Oh my God.
That is this episode of the Raising Carter podcast. I am Ramon Weatherall. This is my brother Speak Rock. And we out of here. Peace.